Hi everyone. So welcome again to Sensing Taste. So today we're going to make fresh mozzarella and tomato with basil and a little balsamic drizzle. And it's really simple ingredients, but all ingredients that have really good flavor to help your taste buds. And I have to say, I was probably a couple months into really struggling with my taste buds, and not many things tasted good to me. But I went to my sister's house for dinner and she made chicken Milanese and she made tomato with mozzarella and basil with this amazing balsamic glaze that really boosts flavor. And it tasted so good to me after having been through a few months of things really not tasting good. And I was just so happy to finally have something that I could really taste the flavor. And at the time, it was probably more subtle, um, because I was really just still struggling with my taste buds. But it's one of those things that consistently, when I make it, it tastes really good to me. So I hope you'll give it a try. And it's so easy. I'm sure we've all had this dish, whether at someone else's house or at your own home, but it's really good. So all you're really going to do is I just sliced up a fresh tomato, and of course we're getting into tomato season, so everything is going to taste really good. And then you're just going to layer it with fresh mozzarella. And here, this brand that I bought, it already comes pre-sliced, so it just makes setting it up really easy. I've got fresh basil from my garden, and I'm just going to keep taking it and layering it. And again, I love looking at the food that I'm making and all the colors that we're eating because it just looks so pretty. And I love seeing the green, the red from the tomato, the white from the mozzarella, and it's just really good. And this, of course, is a very simple dish to make because there's not much to it and it's really more assembling than anything else. So, in fact, I have a good amount of um, basil here, so I'll probably put a few pieces on. And again, we're just layering and, oops, I'm getting caught up in I'm missing my layers here. I'm getting confused. So, anyway, a few more pieces. And really, any way you do this is really fine. There is no wrong way to make this. It's all about having really delicious ingredients that go together nicely and taste really good together. So, and I think it just looks really pretty on a platter. And again, I like eating with my eyes because it just makes everything taste better because I see how beautiful this is and I just appreciate that it's going to taste good. And now here's the secret again. This is this balsamic glaze, so it's like thicker than a balsamic vinegar. Of course, you could drizzle just balsamic vinegar on top if that's what you have. You could even just drizzle a nice olive oil on top, maybe give it a little crack of some fresh pepper, and that would be nice also. But now I'm just going to drizzle it on, and it just makes it look even prettier. And you can drizzle as much or as little of this as you want. So it just really brings the dish to life. So I'm just going to grab a plate and we'll give it a taste. And I really like cooking. So, in the beginning when I was really struggling with my taste buds, it was hard because to not be able to eat things that tasted good for you. And of course, you've got to stay healthy and you want to eat nutritious food and food that tastes good. And you just have to keep trying. And what I found is things that didn't taste good to me early on, maybe a month or two later, started to taste better to me. Or sometimes even potatoes tasted really bad to me. And I love a good potato, mashed potato, baked potato, French fry. But I would say it took me probably close to a year before I really could really enjoy a potato. I was still eating them, but I was not really enjoying them. So I would highly encourage you just to keep trying foods that at one point didn't taste good because as your taste buds come back, they'll start to taste better to you. So let's give it a taste. And it tastes really delicious to me. Tomato is a really good umami flavor. It's got really nice taste. The mozzarella is really like a nice, smooth, creamy taste, and that mozzarella, the fresh basil just is a nice pop of flavor from the fresh herb, and of course that balsamic glaze just brings it to life and makes it taste that much better. Really makes all those flavors pop and they complement each other nicely. So I hope you'll give it a try. And we're going to make our chicken Milanese next. So I hope you'll join us for that too. Bye.